Welcome to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen regular meeting for August 5th, 2021. I call this meeting to order. We do have a quorum. I will have the prayer, and Sheriff Mike Fitzhugh from Rutherford County will come up and do the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone please stand. Most heavenly and gracious Father, we come before you once again on another beautiful, beautiful day in your kingdom. Lord, we ask that you put your hand down, give this board the wisdom to make the right decisions for our city and our citizens. In these names and these things we ask, Lord, in your Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Mike. All right, I guess the first thing is we need to get a motion and a second to approve the minutes for the July 6th public hearing and July 6th regular meeting.
Make a motion?
I second.
We have a motion from Alderman Coates and a second from Alderwoman Honeycutt. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Now we got something special. I'd like to call Miss Ann up here. Ann is bringing up some very, very smart individuals from Laverne High School, and she's going to present the Laverne High School DECA Club a certificate of appreciation.
So one thing that we were working on with the high school DECA Club is working on a new city logo and branding kit and that kind of stuff just to engage our students with our city. So we wanted to present them with a certificate of appreciation. These all say the same, so I'm just going to read one. For the certificate of appreciation is presented to you guys for your dedication to the city of Laverne and the Laverne High School DECA program, and for researching and presenting ideas to better the community for the city's rebranding project. Students like you make a difference in our community and will have a great impact on the city's future. So we thank you guys a lot.
All right, we'll go into department reports, starting out with Mr. Beasley from the fire department.
Good evening, Vice Mayor Walter. No, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I was looking at the sign here and our board members. Maybe nobody heard that one, except for y'all. I trust that each one of y'all do have a copy of the reports this month, had a chance to review it. You can see our runs are down just about 25 from this time last year. Run times are response times are still within the norms and within the national standards. We did flow a considerable amount of water, different than we did in the previous months. We had one structure fire this past month, consumed a lot of water, and then we've been testing fire hydrants this month. So citizens may notice that we have some brown water when we're turning hydrants on in their neighborhoods. So that is the norm. We're just kind of disrupting the water flow. So don't be alarmed. If they'll just flush that water, it'll go through their sinks and be fine. And then we have our training records that you might see. Any questions?
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Man, this thing's loud. Is that my voice? Next up will be new Chief Burl Davis with the police department.
Vice Mayor and Alderman, you have your crime summary in front of you for the month of July. I do want to highlight, we did have 10 thefts from motor vehicles. We're still having that happening. throughout this year. Also, we're still having quite a bit of domestics that's taking place within the city. However, if you look at the another sheet, I think you'll get to it in a second, all 10 of those vehicles were left unlocked, but thankfully this time there were no firearms that were in those vehicles that were stolen out of the vehicles this month. Also, if I could say thank everybody for coming out to our National Night Out that we had Tuesday night. Wonderful occasion. The weather worked with us. We had a good time out there, and PD was victorious on the softball game too this year. So that's a good thing for us. Any questions?
Thank you, Chief. Up next will be David, Parks and Rec.
Vice Mayor, Board, thank you. You got the parks numbers for the month. You see our help desk tickets on the maintenance side and the man hours devoted to those. See some of the projects we completed, conference room at City Hall, some ceiling tiles in the HR office. Past event, July 4th was our Independence Day celebration. We had a great turnout. We appreciate all you guys showing up. Upcoming events, August 13th is Movies in the Park. Doolittle is the movie. August 27th is Howl at the Moon. Got a decent number there. We've got 81 as of this morning, so that's a pretty solid number, still being 3 weeks out. Farmers market's ongoing through September. Have 17 average showing up. This Saturday, the Parks and Rec will have a tent giving out school supplies while supplies last, so we encourage everyone to come out. Upcoming meetings, I think we may have the dates wrong on that. I think 5 weeks this month may have messed us up. August 16th, Park and Rec Advisory. August 16th is Greenway, and August 19th is the Senior Center Advisory at 4:30. I would also like to mention some Senior Center activities they've had this past month. July 20th was an ice cream social. Sonic and Summer Williams kind of sponsored that. July 21st, they celebrated Christmas in July. July 30th, they had a pork chop dinner. And August the 2nd, they had an active shooter class with the help of LPD. Any questions?
On the August 16th Senior Advisory meeting, Bruce, are we 4:30 or 4?
We did advertise the time change for that,
So it'll be at 4 o'clock, correct?
whatever the new time was, yes.
Okay.
And I believe that's August the 19th. We may have it wrong on your
Oh, I
sheet.
see
We didn't
what you're
catch
saying.
that
Yeah.
till later. So those days, the Park and Rec and Greenway are the 16th, and I think the seniors is on the 19th.
Yeah, you'll probably have to get Kathy or Sherry, Sheila, send out a,
Yeah, I'm gonna put, they'll be in timeout tomorrow. Yes, sir. Any questions?
any questions?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, David. Finance Department, Ms. Phyllis.
Good afternoon, Vice Mayor and Aldermen. Tonight's financial report that's in your package is our annual estimate for ending in the month of June of 2021. If you'll notice there, we anticipate the general fund to have a surplus about $6.5 million, which is great for the year that we've had with COVID and all the other events that's taken place. Local sales tax, we're up about $4 million over what we estimated in the budget for last year, and they were up about $2 million over prior year. State Street Aid Fund revenues are up over expenses about $265,000. In the Stormwater Fund, expenses were a little bit less than what revenue came in by about $20,000. In the Water Sewer Fund, revenues exceeded expenditures by approximately $3.5 million. Second page, you'll see the balances in our various bank accounts. And on the third page is a comparison to prior year. And our revenues are up about $4.3 million. Expenses are up about $744,000. Our Water Sewer Fund revenues are down about $283,000, and they're not really down. We still have to do some adjusting for year end. During the month of July, we billed for June, so that'll be updated when we get to the final numbers for the year. Expenses were also down a little bit. Water and sewer tap fees are up about $218,000. Anybody have any questions?
Phyllis, I talked to a friend of mine that runs the Florence Station brush collection. And he told me that probably within 6 months, they'll be starting a fee. I said, will the city have to pay? And he said, yeah, everybody will. If and when that comes, where will that money come from?
Probably general fund, I would say. I mean, we don't have a brush fund
Well,
designated.
me and Garland was talking about it, but neither one of us really knew exactly where it might come from, if, like I said, if it happens.
Yeah.
So, just curious.
It could be split between the general fund and the water sewer, it's just according to who, you know, what the bulk of most of the items that are taken there. I don't think the water and sewer takes much there, no?
No,
Probably-
I think it would be general fund primarily. And then, of course, stormwater is getting ready to start a leaf program, but that, we don't take that to Florence Road. So all of the brush and stuff would be out of the street department.
All right, any questions? Thank you, Phyllis. Up next will be Miss Donna with the library. The birthday girl, as a matter of fact.
Vice Mayor Aldermen, good evening. As you can see, for July, we have our statistics here on the left side. I want to put June and July together. We have our new people counter up and going, and it's working great. In June, we had 1,401. And in July, 2,568, so a total of 3,969 for our summer reading program. And so excited to see that number jump up in July, because I think we're truly catching the people that are going to the classes that before we were not able to count. And so it's really going to make a difference once our numbers get on up there. I'm real excited about it. Our circulation was also up 4,829. Summer reading, very quickly, we had a great summer reading for what it was. With not having summer reading last year, we weren't able to gather some of those children back to come this year. But all in all, we did really well. We had about 75 students who did complete their 6 hours of reading and were able to go to the skate party, and they thoroughly enjoyed it. The one thing I want to focus on tonight is the newest resource that we have at the library that we're so excited about, and that's our Tennessee driver license kiosk. We're encouraging the community to skip the long lines, come into the library. The kiosk will be available during our opening hours, and we have our hours there. You can renew or replace your Tennessee-issued driver license or ID. You can update your address. You can add emergency contacts. The kiosk will take your photo and issue a valid but temporary receipt, and then the Tennessee Department of Safety will mail your new plastic license or ID to you. It does only accept debit or credit cards, and you can also register to vote there, which is a really exciting thing. You can renew a handgun carry permit, enhanced only, or you can order a duplicate handgun carry permit, enhanced, lifetime, and concealed carry. The only thing, a real ID cannot be obtained at the kiosk because you need certain documents in order to prove you are who you are. So you must visit one of the Tennessee driver license locations. So we encourage the community to come in and use this kiosk and just enjoy this resource that we now have. Any questions?
How's been the turnout? Has you had a lot of customers with the kiosk?
It hasn't been like overwhelming, but we have had maybe anywhere from 5 to 10 people a day. Some of them were not able to do everything that they wanted to do, but it's going well. And I think once we get the word out, it's going to be really good.
Yeah, it's new and a lot of people don't
Right.
know about it, but
Right.
when the word gets around, I think I used the one in Smyrna last year, and I was in and out quickly, and it works great.
Excellent. And the good thing, while you're there, renewing your license, you can peruse the books and check out some DVDs and check out all the programs that are going on in the library.
Has there been any problems whatsoever with the kiosks? Any breakdowns or any of that stuff?
I'm not going to call them breakdowns. We've had some hiccups.
Okay, hiccup.
It's, it's called black screen. I've talked to the technician, and he says that he thinks it's kind of like when an update happens, then it's not going back to where it needs to go. And so when you touch to start, it wants to say, and it goes black screen. But they are fabulous. I have him on speed dial. I call him on my cell phone, and I walk over there. He reboots it, we do it, and he's ready to go. The only problem I don't like is every time we do it, I have to take my picture, and some of those are just not real pretty. So, and I asked Chris, I said, "Are you seeing these?" And he said, "Yeah." Okay. But it's been great. But really, the support that we have had from the state is amazing.
That's good. Any more questions?
All right. Thank you.
Donna. Up next will be our water treatment plant.
Vice Mayor, Board, in front of you, you have your water treatment plant report. In July, the water treatment plant treated just over 125 million gallons of J-Persepriest water and delivered just over 111 million gallons. That's an average of 4.3 MGD, a million gallons per day treated, and 3.6 million gallons per day delivered to the community. The plant personnel placed our Paul unit online, so it's a big accomplishment for us for something that hasn't been running for quite a while. Much thanks to our maintenance technician, Will Willingham, for doing a lot of work on that. It's been running since July 14th. We've run it pretty much every day that we could. Also, to highlight, our flushing program has been continuing through July. We're about 36% complete, and we flushed about 3,841,379 gallons. Just to kind of piggyback off Chief Beasley, you will see some brown water from the lines being stirred up from that as well. Do you have any questions?
I see a lot of green on these reports, no reds. I like that. Any questions? All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, I just want to take a minute and ask Mr. Michael Dietz to come up to the podium. Well, Michael, you know that me and Graham can attest to it, that we want you to tell the people listening at home exactly what that water line is that you're putting in out at, or the cities haven't put in, out on Stones River Road. Talk a little bit about the timeline, the phases, and talk a little bit about why we're doing it now instead of the other times. If you could just explain that to them a little bit, we'd appreciate it.
Yes, sir, absolutely, Vice Mayor. Timing of the project, it just kind of fell where it may, if you will. There's a lot of work that has went into this project, design, permitting, easements that had to be obtained from the Corps. It's all a process. The duration of the project is 1 year and 4 months till completion. So it's a long project. There's really no perfect timing to start. It's designed in phases, to take place in phases. Essentially 5 phases are going to be completed, with the first phase starting from the roundabout to Laverne Lane. Phase 2 will be from Laverne Lane to Lake Forest. Phase 3, Lake Forest to Hollandale. Then we have a small section in between Hollandale, essentially ending at the plant where there will not be any traffic issues there. We understand it's an inconvenience traffic-wise, so we're trying to ask people to find alternate routes into the subdivision. But it's something that's needed. The city's growing. We know that. The current piping system that we have in place, I believe the plant can produce right at 10 million gallons a day. Currently, our piping system restricts that. With the addition of the 24-inch water line that we're installing, they will be able to produce more water, get closer to that 10 MGD a day, and which in turn will keep up with future growth down the road.
And, Michael, when they finish different phases, how long will it be in between phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, as far as when they start the next phase?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Good question. That's always subject to change. You know how construction goes, rock, we are in Middle Tennessee. However, phase 1 is scheduled to hopefully be completed by the end of September, with phase 2 picking up at the end of September, and so on and so forth. Haven't got a schedule for phase 3 and 4 yet, but that's the information we've received thus far.
And if anybody's got any questions or concerns, what would be the best way for them to address them?
Any questions they may have, they can contact me personally at Laverne Public Works, 615-793-9891. And if I can't answer them, we will direct them to personnel that can answer their question.
All right. Has anybody got any questions for Michael?
No, but appreciate
Yes,
letting the
sir.
public know what's going on.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll get into old business on second reading. Ordinance number 2021-15, an ordinance to amend the City of Laverne zoning ordinance by changing the official zoning map for tax map 14, parcel 24, consisting of approximately 10 acres, located at 147 Jones Mill Road, from an R1 low-density zoning district to an R2 medium-density residential zoning district. This received a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission on May 25th, 2021. At the request of the petitioner, they would like to ask that this be deferred till next month, so I will make a motion to defer it till next month.
I'll second the motion.
So we have a second by Alderman Coates. Alderman Walter.
Aye.
Alderwoman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
And I vote aye, so this will be deferred till next month. Number 5, second reading ordinance number 2021-16, an ordinance to amend Title 8, Chapter 1, Section -111 of the Laverne Municipal Code regarding location restrictions for packaged liquor stores. I need a motion to approve or deny.
Make a motion to approve?
Motion to approve by Alderman Coates,
I second.
second by Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Walter.
No.
Alderman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Number 6, second reading, ordinance number 2021-17. An ordinance to amend Title 18, Chapter 4, Section 18-401 of the Laverne Municipal Code regarding sewer usage charges for the Blair Road sewer basing. I need a motion to approve or deny.
Make a motion. Go ahead.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Alderman Honeycutt.
I'll second.
Second from Alderman Coates. Alderman Walter.
No.
Alderman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Second reading, ordinance number 2021-18, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2020 and 2021 general fund budget. I need a motion to approve or deny.
Make a motion to approve?
Motion to approve by Alderman Coates,
A second.
second by Alderman Honeycutt. Alderman Walter.
Yes.
Alderman Honeycutt. Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Coates.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Second reading, ordinance number 2021-19, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2020-2021 State Street Aid Fund budget. I need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Alderwoman Honeycutt,
I'll second the motion.
second by Alderman Coates. Alderman Walter,
Yes.
Alderman Honeycutt,
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Number 9, second reading, ordinance 2021-20 21-20, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2020-2021 Senior Citizen Fund budget. I need a motion to approve or deny. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Second by Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Yes.
Alderman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Number 10, second reading ordinance number 2021-21, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2020-2021 Stormwater Fund budget. I need a motion to approve or deny.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Alderman Coates. Need a second.
I second.
Second by Alderwoman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Number 11, second reading ordinance number 2021-22, an ordinance to amend the fiscal year 2020-2021 Fire Impact Fee Fund budget. I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Second by Alderman Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Everybody's read over the consent agenda. I need a motion to approve or deny.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Alderman Coates. I need a second.
I second.
Second by Alderwoman Honeycutt. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. New business. Resolution number 2021-20, a resolution of the City of Laverne Board of Mayor and Aldermen to declare property owned by the city to be surplus to the city's needs and directing disposal of the same. I need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Alderman Coates.
I second.
Second by Alderlady Honeycutt. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
And I vote aye. I don't even want to read this next one. Number 14, motion to approve an agreement for a trackless train for the Old Timers Festival. Apparently, Evan and them have worked out all the details. Everything is a go. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right, finally. So I need a motion to approve this trackless train for Old Timers.
Oh, I'll approve it. I make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Alderlady Honeycutt.
I'll second.
Second by Alderman Coates. Alderman Waldron.
Aye.
Alderman Honeycutt.
Aye.
Alderman Coates.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. All right, Mayor and Alderman comments. Alderman Waldron.
Hot weather is upon us, so check on the elderly. Make sure your pets has got fresh water and shade. Don't leave your pets in a automobile unattended. A hot vehicle can be deadly for animals. Don't forget to change your filter in your HVAC system. A dirty filter will mess your unit up, and nobody wants no air in the hot summer. Glad to see the city's finally fixed the sidewalk out in front of City Hall. They grounded it down. At least people won't trip over it. And good to see that the street light at Mason and Sanders that didn't exist, it's back up. I don't know how many months it's been down, but somebody needs to check with Middle Tennessee Electric, and I'm sure they was charging us for no light there. I noticed it a few months ago, so it's probably been down a good 5 or 6 months or longer, but good to see that people finally realized that there was a light there, but, and, that's all I've got.
Alderwoman Honeycutt?
I have a couple things. I want to start out by thanking Sergeant Eubanks for coming down to the senior center on Tuesday to teach his active shooter class. It was very, very, very informative, and it was fabulous. You did a great job, sir. We appreciate it. Shout out to PD for pulling out that win in softball. It was a nice game, fellas. I want to remind everybody about Movies in the Park and Howl at the Moon that's coming up. And as always, I want to thank our fire and police department for what they do day in and day out.
Alderman Coates?
The citizens that use Stonesville Road, just bear with the city. We do need to get the water line in. I know it's going to be a problem for people getting in and out of the subdivision, but there are other exits in and out, so just bear with us. We'll make the adjustments required to make it function.
Yes, sir. You took the words out of my mouth. Just be patient. So a couple things I got. First of all, the ball game at National Night Out. We had the fire department got beat to death by the police department because the fire department had a pitcher playing first base. We won't mention no names. We'll just let it go at that. As David said, Parks and Rec will be doing school supplies Saturday. Please, if you know any children that need some help, please get them up there. National Night Out was great. Movie in the Park's coming up. And that's all we got. And I call this meeting adjourned.